walked up to him, he was surrounded by a bunch of mates, and I'm like, Martin, you've got to come up and have an interview, mate.
Yeah, good stuff.
And it was great. So great to have him on board. 1,800 games, that is just, that is unbelievable. What a stalwart of the Eastern Football League. Almost like membership material, I think.
That's what I was thinking, yeah. I reckon we should nominate him.
And nearly as many games of cricket as well in the ODCA. He is a life member there.
So we've got the A team on today, where we don't have any boundary riders, but we'll certainly be down and getting amongst it in the quarter breaks, and Tim Fitzsimons will be working feverishly around the grounds all afternoon and keeping us up to date with what's happening. But here's Brett Beston. It's EFL game day, Bayswater versus Croydon.
Up it goes, Benson against Galvin in the ruck. The ball knocked down. It's into the hands of Croydon player. In fact, it's in the hands of Galvin. It's a free kick by the looks. So is the umpire going to buy? He's going to ball it up again. So basically, replay, up it goes. Ball hacked to ground. It's in the hands of one of the Bayswater players who gets it forward, but Croydon with a chance to come away with it now. Little handball there, and they're looking for it was Harrigan. A bit messy to start this game as the ball is ripped out of the contest. Just typical early game stuff. Galvin in there too. That's Joel Galvin, of course, brother Bryce also on this side. And once again, we'll have a ball up. Big day for Sheldon Smith today. He's not on the ground at the moment, but he's having his first game. He'll be playing in the ruck today as the ball goes back, and it hits Croydon with an opportunity to come forward for the first time. Fumbled by O'Reilly. And now it's in the hands of a Croydon player taking the ground. Nice tight tackle on there. Van Rooyen coming over the top. But a really messy start to this one. Big game this one as Bayswater try and push for that top 4 spot, and Croydon not beyond the realms of possibility that they could still get there. Benson gets the tap. Nicely done. Picked up there by O'Reilly. Ball hurried forward inside 50. Not a clean mark though. Chasing back there. A lot of pressure on Smith, but he does well. And Croydon, good composure at the back as they get it out to this wing. In the hands now of McInerney. That's been cut off. It's a poor kick. And Croydon will, but then they do exactly the same and turn the ball back over. It'll chip out to the wing. And now they'll go inside 50 potentially with Moore. Moore gives it off. Now the ball in the hands of Lopo. Lopo goes, and that's a beautiful mark. Taken there by Galvin.
Yeah, the big presence of...
Big Bryce Galvin. He's not the sort of bloke you'd want to run into at a dark alley.
No. He will get the distance. This will go halfway up the goalpost, boy. He is an enormous long kick.
And as Paul McCormick said, we're going to be seeing a lot of Bryce on the ground this afternoon. His primary role is going to be ruckman, and it's good to see him back in good form.
So he'll be kicking from just inside 50, but he shouldn't have any problems, as Bryce said, with the distance. He's hit it pretty well. It looks to be just heading away to the left, and it is for the first point on the board. It's the first score of the game. Bayswater one behind, Croydon yet to score.
Both sides just feeling each other out at the moment. A bit of nerves out there as well, because it is such an important game.
So the Blues through Mark, goes out to the back pocket. Mark taken out there by Nathan Haig, who will use that familiar left boot. A little chip over the top, doing it in bits and pieces. So one behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to the Bayswater Football Club as Croydon work it up towards the wing position where Britton came out. Strong mark. It's a good kick as well. So using the far side of Bayswater Oval. Kick goes up towards the wing position. Getting down low was Galvin of the Bryce variety. He's had a few touches early, switches to play. That's okay. Grubb had a little bit of space, but he stopped propped, weighed up his options. Now he's off. He's tackled nicely, but they still seem to have the numbers of orders. Handball back to O'Reilly, who goes deep into defence, and he found out a teammate there in Aaron Hall, who takes the mark safely. Their defensive zone, Bayswater look to go out towards the half back line. Big fly by Eddie over the top. Handball by McCluskey. Found Galvin. He might go back to McCluskey. He does that now on the left boot. Kick was smothered. Still a hot football. McCluskey gets the handball away. He was looking for Jess Moore, but over the boundary line she goes in for a boundary throw-in. The free kick has been paid, actually, so Bayswater.
Yeah, good contest coming up here. McCluskey versus Justin Ficcarelli.
Kick goes up towards the wing position. The big fly there was, I think that might have been Cullen, and handball over the top. It comes out. Here's McInerney on the left boot, kicked it over. They're 2 kicks from home here. The Waters. The kick goes inside forward 50. That is good play. Smart play straight down the corridor, Wayne Brasher, and the first genuine shot on goal here by Mitch Grubb, and he should make no mistake.
Unfortunately, all the ball when back 50 pushed too far forward and left left a couple of Bayswater players on their own, and Bailey Freeman was the only one left there to decide.
So Grubb's going to go back a little bit further, but he kicks strong and he kicks true. So the first major on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard goes to the home side this afternoon, and it is the Bayswater Football Club leading by 7 points. Croydon yet to score 4.5 minutes in.
That was great play by Bayswater. The way they moved that from the half-back line across there on the other side of the ground, not only did they have one option, every time they got the ball they had 2 or 3 options with players running on the outside, and a beautiful kick to Grubb there just to take the mark over his opponent's head.
So back in the middle, umpire to throw it up. Early strike to Bayswater. Benson gets the tap down. He's having a very good season, Benson, as the ball is wrapped up on the ground, and we'll have a ball up. So Croydon will be keen to bounce back and strike back. They haven't been bad in this game, but it's Bayswater that have got the early jump. Up it goes. Galvin just pushed his opponent out of the way with ease, just using his body. Gets the ball inside 50 as they try and get a mark. It's Grubb who doesn't quite get he does get hands to it, but doesn't hold on to it. And it's gone to ground just outside 50, and we'll have a ball up. So just looking at the players and the sizes, you feel that just Bayswater are probably bigger bodied, which may well come into it. And there is Galvin again. Grubb, it was Benson that got the tap that time, but it's fallen. Now in the hands of Galvin, the Bryce variety, goes forward into the gold square. Freeman is there trying to tidy it up for Croydon. Ball on the ground, nicely picked up there by Lynch. They've got to get out of this. It's Hotka. Hotka gets a handball out, but it's a dangerous one, and in the end it's out of bounds, but Croydon really under the pump, and we'll have a throw in.
Just looking at that ruck contents there, boys. The big man for Croydon, Drew Benson, he can't be body on Bryce Galvin, can he? He's got to come and jump over him.
And quite right, Rose. The ball goes up again. There he is, Benson, getting his hands to it. Pretty much out-bodied, but he's got the height advantage as the ball comes out to the wing, and Croydon will work this nicely off half-back, kick down towards centre wing. Over the top, beats everybody, and in fact it's gone out of bounds at centre wing, and we'll have a throw in.
So right in front of the broadcast position here. Jared Clark making his way back to the goal square from Croydon. There was no Croydon player forward of the wing there, so they're probably happy that the game went out of bounds. As it comes out now, a little handball by Harrington. Ball goes inside forward 50 or thereabouts, up towards the half-forward line. Goes over the top there of Britton, snap around the body, and the skipper, Joel Galvin, what a ripper he is, takes the mark, kicks it across the face. It's risky business here. It was a really good contest. Well done there by Carter to cause the spoil. Got the handball away. That was okay. Thompson, he couldn't release the pill because McInerney had him nicely wrapped up, and we'll have a bounce just inside the arc for the Croydon side.
Both sides tackling very, very strongly. You know, whoever's got the ball's got no time to release it.
Pye throws it up now. Came out. And free kick going the way of Croydon here. I think it might go to Lynch. It does. So possibly definitely probably 2 kicks from home. It was a short one on, and it was okay too because Dempster was there to take it. He's on the paint of 50. Might be just beyond him here. They're still going in bits and pieces. Gets it away to Wilkins. So will Matty Wilkins, he's a class act. He might just take off here and go for it. Slammed it straight into this man on the mark. So that kick was smothered, but it's still a hot football. Here's Galvin of the Joel variety. Got the handball away. Will Bayswater be able to release themselves? McInerney got the handball away. Now they're across the half-back line. Bayswater snap around the body. It might be chopped off nicely here by Freeman. Got a little handle on it. It came out to Dempster, who got it away to Ficcarelli. Kicked it across the face, and now here's a bit of a goal. A bit of space there for Maher, who takes the mark, but goes back and weighs up his options. Kick up towards the half-forward line. Croydon look like they're building something here. They've been peppering in the last few minutes. The kick goes forward, looking for the Clark flyer over the top, and a strong mark taken there by Hayden Schroeder. Clark was at the back. Schroeder, risky business, kicking it across the face. He was looking for White, who was up for the challenge, kicks it out, and Jack Hallinan, who come a long way away from goals, takes a mark across the half-back line.
I tell you what, that was some. They've moved the ball left and right, right to left, left to right for 10 yards there.
So Callanan's kicked down the line. Benson got there, but he couldn't keep it in, and the ball was knocked out of bounds.
I have to say that the Bayswater half-back line have done exceptionally well to withstand the Croydon onslaught.
It's very evident, though, that Croydon don't want to bomb the ball in, because when they have, Bayswater's just outmarked them.
Yep.
So Benson gets another hit out. He's going to have an absolute field day in the ruck today. It's taken in there and wrapped up. It's Edie with his hands on the ball, but couldn't get it free, and we'll have another ball up.
And the big boy Sheldon Smith's on the ground for his first run.
First game, big day for him as the ball is nicely won there by Lynch. Lynch coming away with it, but he's tackled well. Good tackle coming in there from Jess Moore.
How do you like the big boy Sheldon's move, mate? You're going to play your first game, you wear orange boots.
Noticed that before the game. He won't be hard to miss today. Benson just probably got that one. It comes out though and it falls to Bayswater and they can rebound off half-back. Kick goes down the line, nice in the hands of Callanan. Callanan gets a ball inside, gets a return ball, but a bit of a hospital pass, to be honest, as the ball goes to ground. He's got it for about the third time in this play. It's great work by him. That was White, I think, that had it there for a moment, but he loses it. It's a very scrappy period of play. And I think we're probably going to have a ball up here. It's taken by a Croydon player on the ground. It's Benson, I think, but he's been wrapped up. And what does the umpire say? Well,
certainly good tackling pressure by the Croydon side in that instant.
I tell you what, there is no beg your pardons out there at the moment. Both sides are going right at it here.
So the knock came down from Smith, and I think he'll get a free kick from the ruck contest, will he? No, the little bit of holding off the play. So the free kick goes to the hyphen. McGilvray Smith drives the ball inside forward 50. And I tell you what, that was an absolute gem of a kick. It went about 40 metres straight down the throat of Matty Cunningham, who took it lace out. So he'll have a ping from about 40 metres out, slide angle.
Nothing the defender can do in those circumstances. As you said, Ben, the kick was perfect.
So Matty Cunningham, chance to get the second goal for Bayswater. He starts it right and then kicks it strong. Great kick. Second goal on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard to the home side. Bayswater this afternoon, 2-1-13. Croydon yet to score. And we've gone 11 minutes into this first term on EFL Game Day. Welcome Barry Cotts to the broadcast this afternoon. Some around the ground scores already filtering through at Footy EFL Twitter all afternoon. Keep us up to date.
Yeah, Division 1 ball went 3 goals straight 18 to Roeville 2 goals straight 12.
Could be a bit of a shootout. They're looking at that, Brash.
Yeah.
So back in the middle, Bayswater with the jump on this Croydon side, this young Croydon side, as the ball goes up. A bit of a even contest in the ruck. We've got a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Bayswater.
Incorrect around this. Was it incorrect disposal there?
I'm sure what that one was for. Cotty gets it forward. Now he's a chance. The ball played inside. Can they get a mark? Almost marked there by Lopo, but he couldn't quite take it. It's Croydon at 6s and 7s again. Need to get rid of this one. Nice little kick finds Ficcarelli. It's Adrian Ficcarelli, of course, his brother also playing on this side, taking an age to get rid of it. Plenty of his teammates screaming as he goes down the line, kicks to around about half back, and that's a terrific mark taken by Clark. Jared Clark, he's had a pretty good season with the boot as well. He's kicked something like 18 goals.
Real stalwart for the Croydon.
Yeah, given great service over a long time, Jared Clark.
Goes down the line, and he doesn't look that old, actually, funnily enough. But
actually started his football at Knox and then we've been across at Croydon for many years.
So the ball out of bounds at half back.
Nice little ponytail as well.
And he has won a comp medal in one of the divisions as well.
So ball gets thrown in, goes right over the back, knocked down there, won by Croydon. But it's Bayswater to get the clearance. Nice work out there by Hoare. Just taking a bit of time, Bayswater, just to settle it down. That's a nice kick into the middle of the ground, and they bounce away. Joel Galvin's been taken. He just took too much time, and that's a free kick to Croydon.
So Thompson took it, laid the tackle, then copped the football up as well. That was disappointing. Now Bayswater a chance to move forward. A 25-metre penalty has been paid.
Just on that tackle that was on Joel Galvin there, his teammates were running alongside him, but obviously there was no one talking.
Yeah.
So it'll be Ben White. It's like, is that allowed? No, it's not. It's got to come back and kick over the man on the mark. So just inside the square, they're 2 kicks from home. The Ducks calling for it out wide. That's ignored. It goes further afield, up towards the half-forward line. Well, they're just plucking them, aren't they? Across that forward line. Good mark there by McInerney of the Scott variety. Sorry, Brash, we'll just keep going here. Gets it to his brother. Here's Wayne on the right boot. Kicks it across the face of goal. A big fist over the back there by Nathan Haig to cause the spoil in the out-of-bounds right forward pocket, Bayswater's end.
Croydon backline are just giving the Bayswater forwards too much space.
So the umpire to bring the ball back in. We'll give that one to Smith that time. There's a lot of players around this and we'll have a ball up.
Brash, you mentioned them giving them too much space, but there's not much a defender can do when the ball's coming in the way that Bayswater are bringing it in either.
Throws it up. Knocked down there by Smith. came out wide. Little snap around the body. Bouncing football, but touched and through for one behind. Bendigo Bank scoreboard reads at the 14-minute mark of the first term on EFL Game Day. All the scoring's going down. Bayswater's end. They're kicking to the Canterbury Road end of Bayswater over. They lead 2-2-14. Croydon yet to score.
So Croydon to bring it back in. It's in the hands, I think that's Jimmy Smith with the ball. Taking an age to get rid of it as he looks around for someone to kick to. Now he goes down out towards about half-back wing. And a good mark taken over there by Thompson. That's excellent play, Aidan Thompson. Now he looks around for the next option. And Croydon really starting to get into a situation where they need a goal here. That's a good mark too as well. Taken by the man on the lead. Very slow with their transition. Croydon just taking too long to get the ball forward. Obviously Bayswater defending pretty solidly as the ball goes down the line. It's Clark trying to get his hands on it. The ball comes inside. And it's still there. Bit of a smother, but the ball goes inside, chasing back and trying to get hands on it. There was Carter, couldn't do so. Ficcarelli's in there as well, and in the end it goes to the ground. And that's a pretty good result for Croydon. They'll be happy with a stoppage inside 50. So Ficcarelli lurking, that's Adrian Ficcarelli. Up it goes. Here's Big Galvin coming over the top, won it pretty easily in the end, but not decisively. Ball comes out in the hands of Lopo for a moment. And now Croydon have it as they just get a funny little kick forward. Can someone get on the end of that? Joel Galvin's back there. He was partially taken by a Croydon player in the end. It's a bit of a stalemate. The ball goes to ground. Clark it was that had it, and we'll have another ball up.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yeah, Division 4, Glenwelly Hawks 2-4-16 to Surrey Park, 1 behind, 1 point. And Coldstream Forest Hill 2 goals each.
Even Stephen out there as the umpire throws it up. Galvin got the handball away, and Bayswater once again try to get themselves out of that danger zone. Little handball back, that worked out okay. Now the kick by Miller up towards the wing position. It was trapped there by Kiddo, got the handball in. A lot of pressure still there from the Croydon side. Haig laid that tackle. Now they're going backwards to go forwards. Kick goes into the middle of the ground. It was risky. It was stolen there by Grubb. Now it opened up the 50. Bouncing football. How's this one going to sit? Absolutely magnificent as it strolls towards goal, and that was Cullinan, I think, who slammed that one through. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, it is 3 goals to the Bayswater Football Club. They are 3 goals to 20. Croydon still yet to score.
Yeah, unfortunately for Croydon, their disposal is letting them down at the moment. They just can't hit a clean possession.
I think it was Daniel Kiddo. I do apologise as he ran into that open goal and just did what he had to do as well. He knew there was a player right on his hammer and just knew that he didn't need to kick through the football, just kick it straight, and it went through.
Because it looked as though if he'd taken one more step, he was pinned because the player was approaching on him quickly.
So Milner it was that got the knockdown for Croydon, but there's going to be a free kick here. The umpire's whistle goes. Getting a bit willing, and there's a bit of pushing and shoving too, but it's all handbags at 10 paces stuff, and it is a free kick in the hands of Harrington.
Handbags at 10 paces,
Harrington,
that's a new one.
Just to the edge of 50. That's a nice mark taken by Ficcarelli.
He could kick this.
He's given it plenty, and I think it might just be... It's a go. Oh, no, touched on the line. Great work back. Mitch Grubb it was. He went back there and just got the touch to it, and it's through for a minor score. Unlucky, but it is the first score of the day for Croydon. They trail 3-2, 20-1 behind on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
A little bit more of shepherding might have helped that goal go through as McInerney gets the ball out, and now Bayswater up to the wing position. Here's Cullinan. That third day growth like Kiddo. That's where I got confused. Takes the mark and kicks it up towards wing position. Unopposed going up there, Lopo. He's had a few touches early. Gets the handball away. Bayswater going forward again. They've really started well. They're confident. Kick towards the Smith direction. Knocked away there by Freeman. Is still close to the boundary line. Scooped upon there by Grubb. Squeezed up an option. That was good play. Kieran Miller takes the mark and he'll have a shot 40 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. And I tell you what, if he puts this one through...
But you can just see that, Bayswater are definitely controlling the game at this stage. Everything that Croydon do is under pressure.
Miller set sail for goal, and the goal umpire does not move. Straight over his head it goes. That's 4 goals on the board now to the home side, Bayswater. 19 minutes tick over on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, and they lead by 25 points, 4-2-26, and Croydon just the 1 behind.
Yeah, at the moment, the Bayswater midfield are in control, and the half-back line of of Bayswater are basically repelling every single mistake that Croydon are putting in there when they kick the ball in their forward 50, BWS.
Yeah, let's go to Barry Cotts with the score centre around the grounds.
Mirrabah 2-2-14 to Mulgrave, 1 behind, 1 point.
So back in the middle, Tap is won by Croydon, but they can't get the clearance. Benson it was again. And we're almost going to have an exact replay of what just happened. Galvin's in there. Bryce Galvin up against Benson. It went straight over the top of Benson, sent out the hands of Galvin, but the umpire has blown his whistle. And it's a free kick to Croydon in the hands of Ficcarelli, Adrian Ficcarelli. They'd love a goal here going into quarter time. The Blues, there's the kick towards a target. It's fallen for them too. The handball inside,
clever. Quickly
knocked on. It was clever, but it's Haig in the hands. Haig fires for goal, but he's just going to come up short and dropping back to take the mark is McCluskey. McCluskey switching the play. Joel Galvin's over there, and he eventually does get his hands on the ball, goes down the line. It's nice work in the hands now of Smith. Smith, just careful precision kicking. It's a nice mark too. Just working it out of defence. Another little short kick, but I think that was smothered. Yeah, it was, and it's come back, but they've still got it. Bayswater. Now Van Rooyen. It's almost in slow motion. The Croydon players tending to hang off as the ball goes down the line. Now they've got an opportunity. There's a whistle.
Oh, look at this.
No, in fact, it's just a play on, and it's in the hands of Bryce Galvin, who will run into an open goal and put it through. That was really just so easy. And Bryce Galvin gets his first of the afternoon. And a very untimely one from a Croydon perspective. They now trail 6-2-32 to 1 behind at the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Brash, I'll put this one to you, mate. How can a guy of like Joel Galvin be 35 metres, away, his opponent away from him on the forward line like that?
Yeah, look, it's beyond belief really, because I think Croydon are a little bit out of sync here. Their back line is being pulled, systematically being dismantled here at the moment by a very experienced Bayswater line-up, BWS.
Yeah, they certainly seem like they've come to play today, the Waters. There's no doubt about that. They've got that extra bit of polish at the moment. The endeavour and the tackling by Croydon's been sensational, though. So let's see if they can get a Harrington got it away. He's copped it up straight down the throat there of Galvin. Almost could have been given a free kick for a high tackle. Hochter over the top there for the Blues. The umpire's going to come in. Van Rooyen was there.
Probably one of Morris's big complaints he's going to have is their hand and foot skills.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Division 2 up Ferntree Gully 139 to Doncaster East, no score.
Throws it up now, streaming through there was Harrington. He's had a bit of the football here for Croydon, kicks it up. It's still inside the centre square, being able to trap it there was Haig. Switches the play here, that's okay. The mark's being taken by Marr. So just trying to weigh up his options here. Bayswater have been clean going inside 50. Croydon needs someone to pluck a mark out here. Nicely knocked over there by Schroeder. Knocked away. Little handball over the top, and now the Waters have the numbers. Here's Grubb on the right boot. Kicks it up towards the half-back line, almost being position where Lopo takes it. He'll go towards the middle of the ground. That's okay. Goes back to Grubb, who made some good space, good speed. He wants to switch it into the middle of the ground. Here's the skipper, Joel Galvin. They link up nicely. Here's the duck. Wayne McInerney on the right boot. Sends it towards the Smith direction. Knocked away from him at the fall of the ball. Nicely done there by Callanan, but he did a fresh air shot. Handball hits the deck, and we will have a bounce. It's only 30 metres out from goal. Barry Cotts has got some more scores on the score centre.
Division 3, the Basin, no score. Baronia 1-4-10.
Looks like Cunningham will go up in the ruck this time. Deep in the forward line, got a little handle on it that time. They still have the numbers. Step around the body there by Miller. Can he put it through? I think he might have snagged this one. He has. 6 on the board now to the Bayswater Football Club. Kieran Miller has 2 goals in this first term. 23 minutes tick over, 38-1. Holy Dooley. We weren't expecting this.
No, look, this quarter's certainly been all Bayswater. The big difference with Bayswater from what I've seen in 2 previous times this season is that they're hitting their targets today. Other games they've missed their targets. They're really controlling it.
Barry Cotts around the grounds with the score centre.
Division 4, Glenwardley Hawks 3-5-23 to Surrey Park, 2 behind, 2 points. And Forest Hill 3 goals straight 18 to Coldstream 2 goals straight 12.
Keep the scores coming in all afternoon at Footy EFL via Twitter.
So 23 minutes gone, and the best thing that could happen for Croydon at the moment is probably the quarter-time break, because they really are under siege. Good tackle there. Hotker was a bit slow, and it's been turned over again. And once again, Bayswater will just control the football. That's not a great kick, though, and they've got half a chance here as the ball kicks towards half forward, but it's a good tackle taken in there. It was Cotty that got his hands on the ball, but he was wrapped up immediately. And we will have the ball up. So a 37-point margin. It's one that we didn't pick. But funny game football, as someone once said. Benson goes up, but he's beaten to the tap that time. That might be tackled without the ball. In fact, no, holding the ball, the umpire says. I thought he was tackled without it.
Young Lopo's had a really good season, he's actually... He
has paid that, yeah.
Spot on, Besto.
Yeah, because he slung him.
Okay, so in the hands of Ficarelli, goes for goal. The umpire's, I think he's kicked it.
Yeah,
pretty sure he has.
Goal.
Yep, great kick, and that's Justin Ficarelli. And boy, that was timely. They really needed that desperately. They won the free kick, and then Ficarelli said, just give it to me. I'm not going to give this one off. He's about 52 metres out, and it got through pretty comfortably in the end. So a much needed goal for Croydon. They're on the board goal-wise, but they still trail 6-2-38 to 1-1-7 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. We've had nearly 25 minutes.
Yeah, well, Kurt Lopo, he won the free kick with a good tackle, but then he actually slung the play to the ground, and the umpire reversed it, and that's why Ficarelli, Justin, got that goal.
So ball back in the middle. Can Croydon get a couple in a row? That would be handy. Benson got the knockdown. Here's Hoctor on the right boot, inside forward 50. They look to have the numbers over the top of Clark, but he might have been pushed out of the contest by Schroeder, who's filthy at that decision. But nonetheless, it will be Jared Clark to go back, and this could be 2 goals within a minute, just what the doctor ordered for the Blues.
And I think that any man you'd back to kick this would be Jared Clark. He's usually a pretty accurate kick for goal.
Yeah, that free kick was there. I don't think Hayden Schroeder's really got any complaints there.
So Clark, there's no doubt he knows the importance of this kick. Comes in now, leans over it, and kicks truly as well. Goal umpire does not move. Croydon coming through with a couple of late goals in this first term just to get themselves back into the contest, because boy, it was looking pretty ominous only about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 6-2-38 Bayswater. They lead by a very handy 25 points over Croydon, 2-1-13, Ray Baird.
Brett Betson picked it up a couple of minutes ago when he said football's a funny game, because Croydon, they've snared 2 goals out of nothing.
So Clark, it's his 17th goal for the season. Those where the big sticks are as Benson gets another hit out. Hotker was in there, but it's been won by Harrington just for a moment. Now it comes out. If they could get another one, they'd be absolutely delirious, I'd say. But for the moment, it's in the hands of Bayswater. Look at this run off half back again. The kick goes forward, but there's plenty. Well, mark is taken. Probably should have a bit more urgency there as the ball goes inside. Dropped there by Van Rooyen. Desperately trying to hang on there. It's Cotty with the ball on the ground. And in the end, the umpire says we'll have a ball up. So we've had 26.5 minutes in this first term. Croydon with those 2 quick goals, just getting themselves back in contention. And back to there's the siren. So a pretty interesting first term. It was Bayswater for most of it, but Croydon coming back towards the end. And at quarter time here at the Bayswater Oval, it's the home side 6-2-38. Leading Croydon 2-1-13 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Boys, your thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, that first quarter was all Bayswater. There was no doubt about that. Right from the very first bounce. You know, they controlled that whole quarter up until that last couple of minutes where Croydon were able to snare 2 goals.
Only major goal kicker on the ground is Kieran Miller for the Bayswater Football Club. They've got a handy 25-point lead. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast on 98.1 Radio Eastern and streaming live around the globe. EFL.org.au. Keep the scores coming in around the grounds at Footy EFL via Twitter. Barry Kotzett will come back with all those important scores right after this, and we look forward to a big second term out here at Bayswater, the home of the Eastern Football League.